How does someone actually navigate the incredible complexities of Hollywood? I mean, not just surviving all that intense pressure, but actually thriving,
Yeah.
becoming this true multi-hyphenate.
Yeah, like an acclaimed actress, sure, but also this undeniable style icon, a really savvy entrepreneur, and on top of that, a committed philanthropist. It's a lot.
It really is. So what are the strategic choices behind that? The pivotal moments, the personal values that, shape such an extraordinary and frankly lasting journey.
Well, these aren't just surface questions about fame, are they? They really get to the deeper currents that define a sustainable career in the public eye. It's about how talent is nurtured and leveraged over time.
Exactly. And that's precisely what we aim to uncover in this deep dive.
Hmm.
Precisely. So welcome everyone to the deep dive. Today we're pulling back the curtain on one of Hollywood's most, I think, fascinating and strategically brilliant figures, the one and only Blake Lively.
We've really sifted through a lot of material articles, some in-depth profiles, our own research notes, basically trying to unearth the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight about her remarkable career and life.
Right. Our mission today is really to offer you a shortcut, a
Mhm.
way to understand not just her vibrant public persona, which is obviously huge, but the underlying drive, those astute decisions, and the deep-seated values that truly define her multifaceted success.
And it's going to be quite a journey we take you on. We'll start by exploring her unique upbringing, within an entertainment-focused family, understanding how that foundational environment really shaped her earliest instincts. Then we'll move through her breakthrough roles on screen, particularly how she strategically expanded from television into film. That's a key transition.
Definitely.
We'll also dissect how she became such an influential presence as a style icon, really examining the intentionality behind her fashion choices. It's not accidental.
No, not at all.
And of course, we'll delve into her ventures into business and philanthropy, sort of revealing the deeper purpose behind those pursuits. It's about dissecting the why behind her choices and, how she's managed to build such a resilient, multifaceted, and frankly, enduring legacy.
Okay, let's unpack this journey then, starting right at the beginning with her early life and that, pretty unique family background.
Right.
Blake Lively was born Blake Ellender Brown, August 25th, 1987, in Tarzana, which is, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, California. And from day one, she was just immersed in an environment absolutely steeped in entertainment and creativity.
It's quite fascinating, isn't it? That original surname, Brown, and how Lively became her stage name. It was actually her father's professional name.
Yeah, and she was initially credited as Blake Brown in her very first roles. It's a small detail, but it really speaks to her roots, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here is how much her family wasn't just in the industry, but really of it. I mean, in a way that's almost, unprecedented.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, her father, Ernie Lively, born Ernest Wilson Brown Jr., he was a respected actor, yes, but also, crucially, an acting coach. He was in films, TV shows, but his influence went beyond his own roles. He was known for mentoring other actors.
Right.
And quite notably, he even appeared in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which Blake later starred in. It's this delightful full-circle moment, speaks volumes about the family ties in her professional life.
And it wasn't just her dad providing that deep industry insight, was it? Her mother, Elaine Lively, she was a talent scout and agent.
Exactly. So Blake had this truly comprehensive, 360-degree view of the industry from such a young age. Imagine having one parent understanding the craft, the emotion, the character work, the subtext, and the other understanding the whole machinery of Hollywood. The market, the contracts, PR, even spotting talent. That kind of dual insight, artistic and commercial, must have been, invaluable, almost an unfair advantage, you could say.
Totally. It gave her such a pragmatic foundation.
Yeah.
She wasn't just watching. She was learning that intricate dance between art and commerce from the get-go.
And it wasn't just her parents. Blake is the youngest of 5 siblings, often misreported as 4, but it's 5. And all of them. Robin Lively, you might know her from Teen Witch or Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah, Teen Witch.
Right. Eric Lively from The L Word, Lori Lively, Jason Lively from National Lampoon's European Vacation. They all pursued acting careers, too.
Wow. So that created this truly unique dynamic, right? Nurturing, sure, because creativity was encouraged, but also inherently competitive.
Inherently competitive, exactly. Not in a destructive way, we assume, but more like that sibling rivalry thing that can really push you to hone your skills, strive for excellence, and build resilience. You need that resilience in this industry.
You can almost picture those family dinners. like a nonstop masterclass in acting, character study, maybe even impromptu audition prep.
Right. So with that kind of foundation, it's really no surprise her formative years were so focused on the arts. She went to Burbank High School, which, fittingly, had a strong arts and performing arts program.
And she wasn't just passively absorbing things. She was actively balancing academics with, well, a whole slate of extracurriculars. Acting, theater, choir, dance.
Yeah, she was diving deep into the practical side of her family's legacy. This early exposure, plus that supportive and, let's face it, incredibly knowledgeable home environment, it really cemented her natural confidence and flair for performance.
She was doing school plays, local productions,
Mm-hmm.
showing that ability from a young age.
Mm-hmm. And the sources emphasize her family didn't just, expose her to the glitz. They instilled core values: discipline, humility, professionalism. These weren't just words, they were principles, probably what helped her weather the storms later on.
Which brings us neatly to her career beginnings and that, well, the defining breakthrough.
Right. Her official start was in 1998, a small role in an indie film called Sandman. And as we mentioned, she was credited as Blake Brown then.
Then the early 2000s, she was doing various minor roles, guest spots, supporting parts, really building that resume, getting on-set experience, learning the industry rhythm from the inside.
But the first major breakthrough, the role that really put her on the map, that arrived in 2005 with The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Ah, yes. Bridget Vreeland, the spirited, athletic, kind of emotionally guarded one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Based on the beloved novel, the film was a hit commercially and critically, and its impact was pretty profound, actually. It resonated so strongly with young audiences because it felt authentic, friendship, growing up, self-discovery.
Hollywood often struggles to capture that without feeling, fake.
Totally. And Blake's portrayal of Bridget was noted for its earnestness, its depth, her ability to play complex emotional stuff with this genuine, almost raw quality. Bridget's dealing with grief, emotional issues. Blake brought a quiet power to that.
And she reprised the role in the sequel in 2008, Sisterhood 2. That further cemented her as this capable young actress who could handle complex parts. She was more than just a fresh face.
Definitely. But if Sisterhood was the breakthrough, then Gossip Girl was the phenomenon, the thing that just launched her into international superstardom.
Oh, absolutely. That pivotal casting in 2007 as Serena van der Woodsen in the CW's Gossip Girl. Based on the books, of course.
And that show ran for 6 seasons, 2007 to 2012. It wasn't just a hit. It became this worldwide cultural thing, chronicling the glamorous, dramatic, sometimes scandalous lives of these privileged Manhattan teens. It redefined teenage glamour for a generation.
It really did. It wasn't just a TV show. It felt like a benchmark for that whole era.
Right. And Serena van der Woodsen, instantly iconic, the quintessential it girl, beautiful, enigmatic, seems so effortless, but underneath all that polish, surprisingly vulnerable, grappling with a complicated past.
Yeah, her whole narrative arc was rich. Identity struggles, family secrets, those intense romances, and ultimately, trying to grow and find herself. It gave Blake a ton of dramatic material to work with.
Way beyond just being the pretty face.
Exactly, it pushed her.
And Blake's nuanced portrayal got praised for exactly that. Balancing Serena's charisma, that magnetic pull, with these moments of real emotional fragility. That made her relatable, somehow, despite the completely extravagant lifestyle.
That ability to inject humanity, that quiet vulnerability into this larger-than-life character, it was crucial. Not just for the show's success, but for her own rising profile, too. It was like an early masterclass in portraying the weight of fame, maybe.
That's a great point. And let's be real, Gossip Girl wasn't just TV, it was a fashion Bible.
Oh, completely. Serena's wardrobe choices, from boho chic stuff that felt effortlessly cool to like incredibly high-end haute couture worn with this almost aristocratic ease. They set trends instantly. Millions tried to emulate her look.
And Blake's own innate style, her poise, it translated seamlessly from Serena to real life. That propelled her into being an instant fashion icon. Magazine covers, best-dressed lists. It happened fast.
It wasn't just wearing clothes, though, was it? It felt like performance art through fashion, like she understood visual storytelling, brand messaging, even back then.
Yeah. Absolutely, a powerful synergy. The character's style influenced real fashion, and Blake's natural elegance and understanding of personal branding just amplified that effect exponentially. She became synonymous with this aspirational, yet somehow attainable, glamour.
And despite all that intense fame, the scrutiny, the demands that must have come with Gossip Girl. Reports say she developed close friendships with co-stars like Leighton Meester, Penn Badgley. fostered a supportive vibe amidst the chaos.
And maintained this remarkably grounded personality through it all, which is frankly an extraordinary feat for a young actor facing that kind of rapid, intense celebrity.
That disciplined grounding from her family must have played a role there. Because even as Gossip Girl was cementing her it girl status, she was already thinking bigger, right? Thinking beyond the Upper East Side.
Exactly. She clearly understood that a TV phenomenon, no matter how huge, could become a kind of gilded cage if you weren't careful.
So her next move, while still very much in the spotlight, was this deliberate, conscious expansion into feature films, which is a notoriously tough transition.
Yeah, very tough. Many try, few pull it off with such, well, grace and sustained success. She actively sought roles to challenge her, move beyond that glossy TV persona, show her range, show she was willing to take artistic risks.
The strategic expansion is really key to understanding her whole career arc.
Totally. In 2010, she starred opposite Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern, played Carol Ferris.
Right. The film itself, mixed reviews, underperformed at the box office.
True. But its significance for Blake's career is huge, because that was the set where she met Ryan Reynolds. It initiated that personal and professional relationship that became so defining for both of them, one of Hollywood's most beloved partnerships.
So even a project that didn't quite hit the mark critically had these massive long-term implications for her life.
Precisely. And it wasn't just big studio blockbusters either. That same year, 2010, she made a very different choice. Ben Affleck's critically acclaimed crime drama, The Town.
Yeah, playing Krista Coughlin.
Yeah.
The vulnerable, troubled girlfriend of a bank robber. A very different role from a Serena van der Woodsen.
Completely different. Gritty, realistic, emotionally raw. And she got significant praise for really holding her own against that formidable cast Affleck, Jeremy Renner. It proved her dramatic chops, her versatility beyond glamour.
And she kept embracing diverse genres. Savages in 2012, that Oliver Stone thriller. Playing a mysterious character caught up in a drug war. Again, darker, more intense material.
But a real critical and commercial turning point, I think, establishing her as a capable leading lady, came in 2015 with The Age of Adeline.
Oh, The Age of Adeline was genuinely beautiful, wasn't it? Her portrayal of Adeline Bowman, the woman who stops aging. That really marked a shift.
It did. The role demanded such subtlety, conveying centuries of experience, love, loss, without overt physical aging cues. Her performance got praise for its emotional depth, its maturity. It really affirmed her status as a leading lady who could anchor a complex story.
And the film's themes, love, loss, time passing, they resonated deeply. You could feel her bringing that weight, that wisdom to the role.
She followed that with The Shallows in 2016, that intense survival thriller, basically her carrying the whole film, battling a shark.
Talk about physically demanding.
Yep.
Showed her intensity, her athleticism, proved she could be an action star too.
And then her versatility shown again in 2018 with A Simple Favor. Paul Feig directed that dark comedy thriller.
Loved that film. Blake played Emily Nelson, enigmatic, sophisticated, morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Such a complex, charismatic character.
It was a huge step forward for her, showed her flair for blending that razor-sharp humor with suspense, got critical acclaim, totally subverted expectations about the kind of role she could nail. It was a masterclass in controlled chaos and allure.
What's really striking about her acting approach overall is how consistently her films span so many genres. She balances charm with this surprising intensity, often within the same character.
Yeah, critics often praise her ability to convey depth without, overdoing it. It lends this authenticity, this quiet power to her work.
And you get the sense she approaches each role with real dedication, thorough preparation, immerses herself in research, values collaborating with directors who push her to experiment. She's not resting on her laurels. She's actively sculpting her artistic identity.
Absolutely. So moving from her professional journey to her personal life, her relationship with Ryan Reynolds has certainly been, well, a beloved topic in the media.
For good reason. As we said, they met on Green Lantern, married privately in South Carolina, September 2012, right after Gossip Girl ended, actually.
And they really have become one of Hollywood's most beloved and, dare I say, authentic power couples, known for their strong bond, mutual respect, and that really infectious, playful public presence.
It is refreshing, isn't it? Especially when so much can feel manufactured. What is it about their dynamic that feels so genuine and resonates so much, sets them apart?
That's a great question. I think authenticity is currency, right? And theirs feels unforced. It's not about curated perfection. It's built on self-deprecating humor, real affection, and this willingness to poke fun at each other and themselves in a way that feels totally relatable.
They don't take themselves too seriously.
Exactly. Which disarms people, creates a sense of intimacy, that candid, often hilarious social media banter, their public support for each other's work. It's endeared them to fans globally. They'll lovingly roast each other online, and it just makes them seem like the couple you'd actually want to hang out with.
It definitely solidified their status as this power couple people genuinely like.
And they've welcomed 4 children. Blake's often quite open about balancing motherhood with her demanding career. She consistently emphasizes the importance of family and privacy.
Right. Both she and Ryan talk a lot about maintaining firm boundaries between their public and private lives, prioritizing family time. That grounded, protective approach amidst all the scrutiny really resonates too. People appreciate that commitment to some normalcy.
Definitely. So beyond her acting, Blake Lively has carved out this undeniable niche as a style icon, a cultural influencer, really redefining glamour for a generation. She's not just wearing clothes, she's engaging with fashion as self-expression, as performance.
Oh yeah, she consistently appears on best dressed lists, the Met Gala, Golden Globes, Oscars. Her appearances are often the most anticipated of the night.
Her red carpet looks are always something. They escalate from elegant to truly show-stopping, noted for sheer elegance, often bold choices, impeccable tailoring, like the clothes are sculpted to her in that polished, effortless glamour she just exudes.
It's a masterclass every time. Her Met Gala looks, for instance, are legendary. She works directly with designers like Versace, ensuring architectural integrity, often incorporating dramatic transformations on the carpet, like that 2022 gown revealing the oxidized copper detail.
That was incredible. It's not just wearing clothes, it's a meticulously planned visual narrative. Her signature style blends classic Hollywood glamour with a modern, often edgy flair. Trademarks. Flowing gowns, often voluminous. Fearless use of bright saturated colors. Unique statement accessories. And this confident embrace of texture and silhouette that highlights her physique.
And unlike many celebs who rely heavily on one stylist, Blake often styles herself, right? Which allows for this deeply personal, authentic expression of her aesthetic.
That's right. Though she collaborates closely with top designers Gucci, Versace, Chanel, and she's graced the covers of all the major fashion magazines, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Elle, InStyle, solidifying her position as a true fashion authority.
And what's really commendable, beyond just the stunning looks, is her commitment to sustainable fashion. She's known for advocating in this area.
Yes, actively using her platform to promote eco-friendly designers, brands prioritizing ethical manufacturing. It's not just a fleeting trend for her, it shows this thoughtful, conscious approach that goes beyond surface glamour, aligns her image with important values.
Her overall public image combines that genuine warmth and disarming humor in interviews, on social media, continues to endear her to fans. She's approachable, yet aspirational.
Manages to be both, yeah. And her candidness about personal growth, challenges, even the occasional misstep adds crucial layers, reveals a real person behind the perfect facade, and of course her hair, makeup, accessories, all meticulously followed, setting trends instantly.
It's incredible how her influence goes way beyond acting or even just fashion. She's also consciously delved into entrepreneurial ventures, creative pursuits, showing a drive that really goes beyond the screen.
A notable, albeit short-lived example was her lifestyle brand, Preserve.
Right.
She co-founded it in 2015. The vision was an online lifestyle brand focused on artisan goods, ethical craftsmanship, curating and selling handmade items, celebrating American artisans.
It was ambitious.
Very ambitious. And while it ceased operations in 2017, its brief existence is actually a fascinating case study in celebrity entrepreneurship. Blake's spoken candidly about the challenges, the lessons learned, famously admitted it was too much, too soon, felt she didn't serve it correctly.
That honesty is interesting. It wasn't presented as some huge failure she hid from.
Exactly. It wasn't a setback. It felt more like a pivot that paradoxically strengthened her brand authenticity, showed a willingness to learn publicly, showed her audience valued honesty over a flawless record. It demonstrated this maturity, turning a perceived misstep into a lesson in resilience and brand management.
That's a key takeaway, isn't it? Even when something doesn't last, the intent and the lessons learned speak volumes about her drive and integrity.
And she's been involved in brand endorsements, collaborations, beauty, fashion, wellness, but with a discernible strategy. She carefully selects projects aligning with her personal values. It's thoughtful, strategic, not just chasing every paycheck. Builds long-term trust.
Definitely strengthens her overall brand.
And looking ahead, she's expressed very strong, consistent interest in expanding into producing and directing.
Yeah, that feels like a natural progression.
It does. It signals a clear ambition for greater creative control, moving beyond being just an actress for hire. She's particularly drawn to stories focusing on complex women, meaningful themes, which aligns with the characters she often chooses.
And this interest isn't just talk, is it? She seems keen on exploring different genres, thrillers, dramas, historical narratives to expand her repertoire behind the camera, too.
Right. These ventures showcase a really multifaceted approach to fame, creativity extending beyond acting into business, culture, storytelling itself. She's not just famous, she's building this empire of creative influence.
And that influence isn't limited to commerce or art. It extends deeply into philanthropy and advocacy, too.
Yes, Blake Lively is actively involved in numerous charitable causes, primarily focusing on critical areas. Children's health, education, mental health awareness, environmental sustainability. It's integrated into her public identity, not just a side thing.
She's worked with some prominent organizations, UNICEF, the LA Food Bank, the Art of Elysium.
Which is that incredible organization encouraging artists to volunteer their talents for kids in hospitals. A beautiful way to combine her world with impactful charity, leveraging her privilege for genuine good.
And she consistently uses her massive public platform to raise awareness about important social issues, mental health, body positivity, environmental conservation.
She often highlights community and kindness in her advocacy, weaving these values into her persona, makes her activism feel authentic, approachable.
What stands out is her genuine, sustained commitment. Her advocacy work is frequently intertwined with her public appearances. Her projects reflects a true, heartfelt desire for positive change, not just, paying lip service.
Right. She's known for thoughtful engagement, not just performative gestures, actively participates in charity events, fundraisers, volunteer efforts, and crucially, encourages her fans to get involved too. It's consistent, tangible action that inspires.
Okay, shifting back to her core craft for a moment. Her acting style and the recognition she's received.
Right, her acting style. I'd say it's characterized by this compelling blend of naturalism and emotional accessibility. She consistently picks roles allowing her to explore complex characters, showing strength, vulnerability, human subtlety. She doesn't shy away from messy or complicated.
No, she seems drawn to them. Critics often note her ability to convey depth, that inner life without overstatement, lending authenticity and this quiet power to her performances.
And you see the meticulous preparation, deep character study, background research. She clearly values collaboration with directors who push her to experiment with tone, genre, always evolving.
Shows that willingness to step outside her comfort zone, which has positioned her as this versatile, continually evolving actress, always capable of surprising you.
Definitely. Now, in terms of awards, while she hasn't racked up a huge number of, say, Oscars or Emmys, her performances have consistently drawn strong critical acclaim and genuine industry respect.
Right. She's had numerous nominations for things like Teen Choice Awards, MTV Movie Awards, Women in Film Honors, People's Choice Awards,
Yeah,
which reflects her undeniable popularity, that connection with audiences.
absolutely. But it's not just acting awards defining her influence. Her massive impact in fashion and culture has garnered substantial honors recognition from the CFDA, the Council of Fashion Designers of America, and, as we said, those constant best-dressed list appearances.
Which maybe speaks more to her overall multifaceted impact
Yeah.
than any single acting trophy could, right?
Yeah.
That unique influence as a style maven, a cultural tastemaker.
I think so. Her peers, critics, they commend her professionalism, her charisma, and her undeniable evolving talent.
So looking ahead, her future projects, her career outlook, it seems like a clear path of continued evolution and expansion.
Oh, yeah. Her career shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. Poised for sustained success both in front of the camera and increasingly behind the scenes. She continues to evolve dynamically as an artist, as a public figure, always exploring new creative horizons.
She's actively pursuing diverse acting roles, seeking new genres, new characters to challenge herself. And those producing and directing ambitions, they seem very real, actively in motion.
Definitely indicates a future with even greater creative control, a more direct hand in shaping narratives. And she's drawn to stories about complex women, emotional depth, social relevance, aligning her creative output with her personal values.
And those entrepreneurial ambitions remain strong, too.
She seems so.
Yeah.
Sophisticated, with ongoing interests, potential new projects in wellness, fashion, lifestyle, probably building on lessons from Preserve, expanding her business footprint strategically.
And finally, that active, genuine involvement in philanthropy that will likely continue shaping her public role as this deeply socially conscious celebrity.
Yeah, it reflects a genuine commitment to social impact that's really become a hallmark of her public identity. Her influence extends far beyond just entertainment and fashion.
So when you synthesize Blake Lively's entire journey, that deep foundation in an entertainment family, combined with her strategic, often bold career choices, her deeply held personal values, and that consistent willingness to evolve and adapt, you really see how she's shaped herself into this multifaceted icon.
It's not just about the dazzling rise to fame, is it? It's about the conscious, deliberate cultivation of a career and a public identity that successfully balances immense glamour with undeniable authenticity.
And soaring ambition with profoundly grounded values, she manages to be both incredibly aspirational and remarkably relatable all at once. It's a rare, compelling combination.
It truly is a fascinating, almost unique blend of, well, inherited talent, self-made strategy, and this powerful sense of purpose.
So as you reflect on Blake Lively's remarkable evolution from that gossip girl icon to a savvy entrepreneur, a genuine style authority, a dedicated advocate, what profound lessons does her journey offer? About building a lasting, truly meaningful presence in the public eye, especially now in this era of constant transformation and intense scrutiny.
What specific aspects of her multifaceted approach do you find most compelling? Or maybe most surprising for navigating a public life with such, well, intentionality and purpose?
We'll leave you with that thought to consider.